I fired a single mother for being 12 minutes late, and it was the right thing to do because it was policy. And it wouldn't be fair to everybody else who showed up on time. And it also was the biggest mistake of my life. I've been a floor manager for a distribution center in Ohio for 10 years. We run a tight ship in this business, and if the line stop, we lose thousands of dollars. To keep order, we have a 3-strike rule, and it is in bold red letters when you sign the employee paperwork and also in the employee handbook. 1 strike, verbal warning. 2nd strike, written write-up. 3rd strike, termination. Maya, one of the best packers, hit strike 3 last Tuesday. She was quiet, maybe 30 years old, eyes looked exhausted. Usually see people twice her age with that type of look. She didn't join the break room gossip. She came to work, did her job, and left. Last month, things changed. Maya started being late. First, it was car troubles. 2 weeks later, 20 minutes late, she looked disheveled, hair was a mess. I said, Maya, I can't play. I like you, but I can't play favorites. You got to be here on time. And then Tuesday, Maya came 12 minutes late, running through the door. She didn't have on her regular work boots or nothing. So now I'm confused a little bit. I didn't ask why. I didn't want to know. I just had to follow the rules, take her in my office, and terminate her. She looked at the papers and looked up at me, and I saw pure terror in her eyes. Then the light went out of her. She nodded her head and signed the papers, got up and left. 2 days later, I'm in the break room warming up my sandwich, and I see 2 older men from the dock who've been working here for a long time, so they know and they seen it all. They like, I haven't seen Maya in a couple of days, and they like, yeah, you know, Jack fired her Tuesday. It's like, damn, especially with the kids. And I was like, the kids? They was like, yeah, the kids. You didn't know? She got evicted. 3 weeks ago, the landlord sold her building to some developers, and they gave her 30 days to relocate. Couldn't find a place to live with these deposit prices these days, so her and her 1-year-old son was living in her Ford Taurus. How do you think she was late? She parked at a gym 3 towns over just to shower. The security guard run them off before she can get the kid ready for school. Those careless arrivals, that wasn't laziness. That was a mother who was trying to wash her son in a public sink so that he wouldn't get bullied at school. That wasn't disrespect for this job time. That was a woman fighting a war that we didn't know nothing about. Back to the office, looked up the address. It say scheduled for demolish. I look at her emergency contact. She don't have one, so now I'm confused. I need to find her. Where do you look for a ghost? So I ruled past the apartment. She wasn't there. I ruled to the gym. She wasn't there. To the shelter, they said it's full. The waiting list 6 months. It's now 8 degrees and dropped, and the sun is down. At this point, I'm finna give up. So I pull over to Walmart to try to put in a GPS or, you know. Then I see her car in the back. I approached the passenger side, and it was a cave of blankets. She standed up, she got that brush, and she was scared. She said, I don't have my uniform with me, but I can bring it back tomorrow. I just need some gas. I looked in the back and I seen her son. I said, is he okay? She said, yeah, he cold. He got his hat and his gloves on, but we don't got gas, so I can't turn on no heat. We've been stuck here for an hour. I had looked at this woman like a clock on the wall that I had judged by 12 inches of time. I said, you're not bringing the uniform back. You're coming to work tomorrow or whenever you're ready. And here's $300. I know it's not a lot, but it's enough to get you a hotel room for a couple of days, some gas, and some food. I sat outside the hotel. I watched her check in, get her hotel room, and when lights to room 104 lit up, I finally went back home. The next day, I called the meeting with HR and told them that I wasn't going to enforce that late policy anymore. I said if we want loyalty from our people, we have to get them loyalty first. Set up an employee assistance program that afternoon. Maya came back 3 days later, not late, but she was there. And if she was late, that means she was out there fighting for her life. I would have said, hey, Maya, you want a cup of coffee? And is there anything that I can help you with today? We live in a world that is obsessed with rules, matrix, and efficiency. We're so busy watching the clock that we forget to watch out for each other. You never know what someone is carrying when they walk through that door. You don't know if they slept in a bed or a car. Be firm, be fair, but all above, be human. Policy doesn't feel cold. A spreadsheet doesn't shiver, but humans do. Please share this story and let's remind the world of kindness.